Welcome, ladies. The go-getter. After the long weekend being with me, you guys are still locked on. Here we come.
Yeah, because we know.
I wasn't sure if we were going to have the group after the whole weekend thing.
Yeah, but you still showed up, Christine. That's the thing. We both still showed up because we know what we want.
Exactly.
Now, Tamara and Evie are on a train, and trust me, in the area that they're in, reception is exceptionally poor. So by the time they log in, they'll be in the city. It'll be about 45 minutes from now. So there's no point for them to log in.
Okay, what I'll do is let me see whether I can copy that they can call in. Or never mind. What it meant to be is three of us meant to be together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, I know I have asked you guys, but let's reflect on the weekend first before we start today's topic. Personally, for each of you, what is your biggest takeaway, or what's the biggest breakthrough? And I'm very proud, like not because of my work, but I'm so proud that you each had your own breakthrough or breakthroughs over the weekend.
Well, I can tell you what, you all know what my breakthrough was. And I actually feel very light. I was very, very tired, Christine. When she was talking to me, I could barely keep talking. And I know that's going to go for a little while because my body's shifting, my frequencies within my body is shifting. It's something that I'm learning. But I can tell you that when you release those blockages, which I know, you know what I'm talking about, it's just you're not ready for some of them. When you release those blockages, it's like being a child again. Because you haven't had that, you can turn around and comfortably go, well, I can go and talk to Catherine now. I can go and talk to Christine. I can go to people that can help me or guide me or say, hey, I know you're going through a really shit place. You're going to be okay. Not the response that I used to get from my mum. But I acknowledge that. And I think the journey that I'm on is just going to be an amazing journey. It's and I'm, that's where I'm at. And it's because I was safe. I was in a safe place to talk to people that I could say that and feel that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for me, my biggest thing was getting rid of the imposter syndrome and feeling comfortable and confident with the title, label, whatever of real estate investor, that's truly what I am. I'm not playing at it. It's not the side hustle. I'm an investor.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I do still have a blockage when it comes to the personal relationships, and that's I'll get there eventually, but it's not something that I'm even focused on right now. It's me, it's mom, it's getting things rolling. And, I guess it's like, if you think of Maslow's pyramid,
yeah,
I'm still in kind of that lower half where I'm getting things secure before I can focus back on those upper level feelings, the love, the transcendence, the relationships, all that.
You see, I understand where you're coming from, and I can tell you that it'll all cascade back down, and then you're going to go this way when the shit starts to happen. So all of that is intertwined in you. Everything is affected by that blockage. But I understand the logic.
Just wait for mom to. You're doing great, darling, because a lot of people is like, I'll be just a carer for my parents and won't do any other things. But see how many balls you're holding up.
You're amazing.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, she just brought in the mail, and every time she brings it, she wants me to look at it right then and there. And I'm like, it's okay, just put it down. I'll look at it later.
Yep, they're just like
I used to get my dad used to do the mail, and then he'd come back with empty-handed, and I'd go, where's the mail? What mail? And then we'd find that he put it into some other person's letterbox because he couldn't recognize the number that he was in, that he lived in. So we took the keys.
Yeah, she will go and check the mailbox probably 3 or 4 times a day, whether she's already gotten it or not, because she, forgets that she already looked.
And I love it. You know what you should do? Get the kids next door, just put in some cards. So she's got something to collect every time. It's a beautiful thing. I've seen that happen, where grandchildren during the day would just drive past the house, put something in because their papa was, had to. I was watching documentaries on this stuff. So yeah, it was really sweet. So that's how I know about the other stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of kids in the neighborhood.
Maybe that's a good thing. Don't come and live here. I've got kids everywhere.
It's a young family area too. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Great. What I love about your breakthroughs, Christine, is the identity.
Yeah.
What, back here?
No, your
No, your identity.
Oh,
You recognize. Sorry, Catherine. Go.
Yeah. Your identity as I'm a real estate investor is in your heart, you've been wanting to do it. Okay. And in your head, it's like, I'm still teaching full time.
Hey, Katrina.
Katrina.
hey.
Morning.
Yeah. We're just catching on the breakthrough over the weekend, and how I'm saying, like, I love how Christine, have the identity of I'm a real estate investor. The confidence, watch the video, the confidence when you said it was amazing.
The truth and power behind the words it was personified, right? It really was. When you speak with power, it comes back and goes bang.
Yeah, exactly. And also your acknowledgement is, I'm not ready for something. I'm not going to pretend. Oh yeah, I'm waiting for a man, can't wait. It's like, be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, no, if I wanted to be dating, if I wanted a man in my life, that would not be the problem. I'm not there. Just
it's okay.
Wait over there. I'm just not ready.
Well, when you are ready and you decide you don't want a man, I'll come along. It's okay.
Okay.
2 old biddies, it's fine. 2 old biddies having a chat. That's cool. I'll go check the mail. It's my turn.
Yeah. You know how in America most of them have a porch. Oh, do you have a porch? You know how you sit at the porch and having the swing?
I've got the back deck.
Oh, you got the back deck, always.
Yeah. There are a lot of houses that do have the front porch, but I don't. I have the back deck.
I prefer the back deck. I don't really want people to see me naked out the front. Yeah, not a good visual.
Well, then I got the woods out in the back before you hit the apartment complex, and the deer in the early morning I haven't seen them in a little while, but I'm sure they're fawning right now. So I'll be seeing little ones soon.
They're magical, right? When they appear.
It's amazing. I've got some video of them and some still pictures. I forgot to tell you guys. So I had emptied out my storage unit last summer, and I put my bicycle on my back deck under the eave, so it's not getting directly rained on anyway. And my helmet is in the basket. So it's one of those old-fashioned looking bicycles. It's got the basket.
So
the helmet's in the basket. And I don't know, I guess it's been a couple weeks now. I noticed this little bird hopping around on my deck, hops on my bicycle, and it goes in my helmet.
That's nested.
Yes. And now I've got little baby birds in my helmet.
Can you take a photo of that? You should take a photo of that.
I tried, but it's so dark in there. I turned my flashlight on.
Oh no.
And I can see them with the flashlight, but then when you turn the camera on, it turns the flashlight off.
Yeah.
So I can hear them chirping, when mom's coming around to feed them. So in between her bringing the food, I can hear them with their little chirps. But it's too dark inside for me to get a picture.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would have to get a separate flashlight.
Oh, you should. Well, Catherine loaned me her illuminator. Get a little illuminator that sits on the back of the ones on your head.
Oh yeah.
You could swing that around. That gives it a bit of a light. Then use your camera on your. Do you have an iPhone or an Android?
Android.
Right. So on the Android, there's a specific filter where it doesn't show the flash. If you know exactly where the location is and you hit your camera, it'll take the photo and then flash and then close up. So you're not going to have that flash continually.
Oh, well, I do have a flash on the camera, but it won't trigger because the amount of light outside is too bright for it to trigger the flash.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll talk about that. I'll link you into my groups, my friends group, photography. But she's talking about I've learned few tips. But what is the main point here is when you work in one area of your life, your skills will be transferable. It's not, you know, the investing skills or anything, but it's more about the empowerment, what you go after.
Yeah. Now I'm getting impatient and frustrated because there are these two houses found. I told you two houses for, I think I told you two houses for the $20,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to go see them. I want to get in. I want to get layout of the floor plan, find out exactly number of bedrooms and baths so I can get the reno costs. And I've even told her, I'm like, look, I got the cash to buy them. I just need to get inside so I can get a true estimate of the reno costs so I can get the private loan for the rest of it.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just sitting on her hands. And I'm like, hey, you want to sell these things or not?
Well, the little side story, Anna lost one of her most expensive oil. She thinks she lost it. And she's like,
You lost what?
The essential oil. It's very, the pen away. It's very powerful.
This
No,
big.
you can use it. Yeah, the biggest bottle. And she said, can you find it? I thought, no, it's not with me. Not that I hide it. I said, just manifest that it will come out.
I knew I didn't lose it. I just thought I can't leave without it.
She can't afford to leave it in my dome because she really needs it.
Well, I really need it to help others, right? Catherine's got her own, but everyone else, including my daughter and my grandchildren, need it, you know. And it's a very powerful oil, guys. It really is. It's got wintergreen in it, so it enables the pain. Yeah, it is very good. It is very good, and it's healing Evie's leg. Evie was going to the doctors, and now she's not because the bruises are healing, the pain is healing, and also I'm using energy. I'm using my energy to heal as well. I don't know what Reiki is. Not going to pretend. I just do this, and then I put my hand on them, and that's it. I actually put my hand on it, not up, whatever. But it works.
Yeah.
It works. But I do it with, you know, and it's really important. That oil's fine. And then I went down to the bottom of my bag after I emptied it and went, okay. Thank you. I had it all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So for Christine, again, where your focus goes, your energy goes. So
I have a sweatshirt that says that.
Yeah, exactly. So when the other party is not moving, sit with it and look at those two houses and ask yourself, I think it's going to sit in your gut that you're going to know that.
I'm just thinking, I don't care what the market does at 10,000 a piece. I don't see how I can go wrong.
I'll send you 20 grand, man. Tell me, is it like, you know, the pull over things that we have to spend another 200K on it? That's what you want to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of them shouldn't take maybe 30. If it doesn't need a roof, maybe more if it does, because there's somebody living in it now. It's just, it looks like it's just a cosmetic thing. The other one, that's a disaster.
Well, I'll definitely look at the one that someone's living in it. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Katrina, we were talking about the breakthrough. Like, what's yours? Like, I know you tend to be quiet and watching, but what kind of breakthrough that did you have over Sunday, which was not long ago?
Just a few hours ago.
Yeah.
For me, it was moving forward into manifesting my vision for my business, basically, and moving forward into that. And as Anna, we had a little chit chat afterwards, and she said, it's time for you. It's time. And I said, yes, because in the crystal bowl meditation, I went into such a deep state where I actually really connected in with the divine and so on. It was beautiful. It was very difficult to come back from the meditation because I was like, no, just leave me here. I'm quite happy. Thank you.
Yes.
So for me, it's the time to manifest and create. the next chapter of my life.
Yeah, I brought that message back. That's why I kept wanting to speak to you. Thank you for taking the call. So
I know. Well, we'll be doing more of the crystal ball. Now I'm back in the dome. Now my sound worked properly. How was the sound? How was the
it
crystal
was
ball
good.
sound?
It was good.
Yes, and now you were live for both ladies. Did you guys hear the vibrations and how?
So I felt the vibrations going through the chakras and so on. So you could really pick up the resonance of the crystal ball. What about yourself, Christine?
Tim, I don't know if it's the way it comes through on my speakers. When you're tapping them,
Yep.
it's fine. When you're going around like this, it's like nails on a chalkboard.
You have to lower the volume.
I did.
Yeah, and it's still doing it.
And there was a couple of times where I don't know if you know, well, you probably didn't, but I was like reaching up to my keyboard. I was lowering it and I actually muted it at one point. I just couldn't. And I turned it back on and you were kind of hitting the sides. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I can do that.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's, little crappy school laptop and the way it comes through the speakers. Cause I've been in shops where they have the singing bowls and, and they've demonstrated and it sounds great, but coming through these speakers, I can't do it.
Yeah, ideally might be use the headphone and also it could be because of the crappy speaker. Then have the portable, the booster. Is that what you call it, Anna? The one that you have?
Yeah, the booster.
Yeah.
Because if it was crappy for you, it would have been crappy for Katrina on the Zoom. Because so we're with Catherine when we first started, exactly what you were talking about. I had to tell her it hurt my ears. I had to turn the sound off. But the first time she did it, I don't know where or what was going on, but I could hear it. The second time she did it, I was like, it was really screechy.
Yeah.
So she's still fine-tuning her technology. But yeah, a booster, maybe what we need to do is talk about get yourself a booster for your speaker or your Wi-Fi.
Well, what do you mean by a booster?
Okay, what it does is it accelerates the sound. It makes the sound go bigger or go smaller. It balances the sound.
Okay.
It's like amplify the speaker. You know how the quality of your Wi-Fi, your what do you call it? What do you call that? Like
You're talking about like between treble and bass?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
But there's a specific. If you go into the music shops and you tell them that you've got a problem coming through on your speaker, they'll give you something that it's like it balances the sound.
Gotcha.
It goes, there's too much treble, there's too much bass, or there's too much this, and it just balances it.
Okay.
I know if my son was here, he'd turn around and say this, but
yeah.
Nope, I got you. I understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry, Katrina, we cut your sharing. Yeah. Yeah. So we all respond to the symbol in a different way, but definitely, yes, you and Anna didn't want to come back for like, okay, let's wait.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's very true.
All right. So today's topic is we cycle back to the first pillar, the radiance.
Yes.
Let's do a mark as well. Like I think you all have done the first pillar before. Am I correct, Katrina?
Several times.
That's where I came in. I came in at the second pillar. So first pillar's newbie for me. So this is good.
Okay. We're going to talk about the body. We talk about body, we talk about exercise, we talk about all these different things, but we also have spoke about what we put in our body. Katrina is here. But today I think I would like to address that for us ladies, how many of us use perfume here?
No, I stopped.
So what's the reason Catherine want to talk about what we put on our body instead of put inside our body?
Because for me, you go on, Katrina. You go, Katrina.
And tell you, generally the study shows by the time a woman walks out the door to work in the morning, they have put over. By the time a woman goes to work in the morning, she's used over 200 chemicals on her body.
Yes.
One of the research studies.
Yeah.
Just in the getting ready for work.
Is it new to you, Christine?
That's amazing.
Well, I use body wash, but now Tamara's made soaps with the oils. So we used a one that was universal, and that was for protection. And let me tell you, my skin felt beautiful. But I'm using the oils. I haven't used perfume for a while now.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not just about perfume, as Katrina said, like before we get ourselves out of our door, like traditionally, now I get out of my back door. Then we put on 200 more different type of chemical. What does that mean? From our soap or body wash to our deodorants, to our perfume, to our makeup, to our toothpaste, to
And that's going through our body. We're soaking that shit up. Sorry for the term, but yeah.
yeah. So it's not like, let's ditch everything. From my own experience, when I go low tox, it took me 2 years to go through that. But with perfume, I never resonate with it because Calvin loved to buy me perfume in the past.
It couldn't be because you were smelly, right? But okay.
I know. I know my armpit. I didn't even use deodorant in those days.
See?
Hi,
Hi, Mom.
Hi.
how are you?
Hi, Mrs. Glasner. Oh no, Rebel. Sorry.
Very good. Yeah, she's sitting in the room with me now.
Good. Oh wow, she probably could share as well. Then what is or are the ramifications that we have continuously to put those external agent on our body? What might or what could happen?
Well,
Again, and so the endocrine disruptors. So basically, on an overall level, we'll see more and more women and males, for that matter, having fertility issues, thyroid issues in particular, and that's all happening now. Not to mention just the overall toxic overwhelm, where the liver and kidneys have to function so much more to clear that.
Being linked with the dementia and Alzheimer's now too, level of toxins.
Yes, and because aluminium, which is heavily used in deodorants, it can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. And there's a little bit of research, there still needs to be more research, but there's not the funding for it, surprise, that aluminium may also be linked towards the breast cancer, increased risk of breast cancer. That's in my mind, yes. However, the research isn't there yet. Sort of that hypothesis, thesis yet to be proven.
I don't know. You just have to look at the Eastern Bloc and a lot of the Europeans where they don't use it, and the longevity of life and their skin. I think there's enough proof there.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. But that's I didn't know about the chemical. I've actually hidden my daughter's deodorant from the kids because she was putting it on their clothes, and I'm like, can you stop doing that? And she said, I don't want them to smell. I said, Shauna, this shit is going to get into their lungs. You don't use it. And
It's a
she's
deodorant that has no nasties in it, and it's a cream, and it works so well. If it works up in the tropics where I live, where you can lift your armpit up and not be offended, it works well. It's called Nopong, Nopong. And there's another one that I've used as well, which is really good, called Little Black Chicken.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, I excuse me.
So you can rub on, done. You still sweat, which is important because that's your body clearing toxin, but you do not smell.
Yeah. Well, the oils that Catherine's given me to use instead of perfume and taught me how to use, they've also got the beautiful essence, and we bottled it up and we put it on. And do I smell? No. That's all right. No, I stopped. Very rarely do I use a deodorant, very rarely, and it be because I left an oil at home and I'm like, oh, I need to get something on me. Oh.
Yeah. Well, body odor is another thing because often also what we put internally, that's how we try to get rid of the toxin. That's why we sweat, isn't it?
Yes, that and temperature regulation.
Yes. Then the question is it truly that we don't have the research, or the research wasn't allowed to be published?
Our search wasn't allowed to be published.
Yeah.
Published.
About complementary medicine, not enough research. Try to get funding for anything.
Funding only occurs when you kill the president's child, or when you kill somebody. Yeah, it happens when it's somebody within the power inner circle.
Yeah. Mhm.
It starts to happen. So what does that tell you? Do you go and inject somebody with cancer and say, look, I'm really sorry, God, but if we do this and we can possibly help somebody? It sounds terrible, but in the society we live in, those thoughts have come across my mind. But hey,
just keep letting those sail past your mind, Emma.
Yeah, don't let them sit there too long.
Exactly.
No.
But often for us women as well, do you notice that it's not about just the age, but your body is so easily get tired? It's because our body try to break down those unwanted stuff.
Yep.
And us, sometimes we don't know. Even coming down to the cleaning product that we use at home, the smell. You walk into a shopping center, what do they put in their air conditioning?
Yeah.
You walk past others, you can smell not their armpit, but what they use in the morning. That's actually going through our olfactory gland, because there's particles. When you smell something, it's not just really in the air, but there's particle going through our body. Let alone talk about the pollution from the cars and all sorts of things, because when we name it, besides those 200 something different type of chemical we put our body throughout the day, what kind of impact we have that just in the air alone? It sounds like such a doom things happening. Catherine, what are you trying to do to me on Monday morning?
No.
Okay. So what do you think the next step you guys would like to shift when you have this brief information? Because as I said, it's not like I'm holding a gun at your head that makes something different. But if we could make it better for ourselves first, what could be that one thing you would like to do differently?
Well, I started stopping using perfume, and then I went to, I had used deodorant for one reason, because I hadn't showered for a couple of days because I was stuck in the middle of nowhere, and I left the oils, but the chemicals I'm starting to use Thieves, and my daughter is we're using the bar carbs and basics. We're back to basics. It's slowly weeding out the stuff from inside the home first.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've done is thrown their deodorant, but the deodorant keeps popping up. So I'm going to have to sit down and talk to her about that shit for the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, we can actually make deodorants. Like, I learned to make so many different things since I researching that, and it's very simple. It's very simple.
But yeah, we'll start with ourselves.
What did you just share?
Oh, don't worry about that for the moment. It's like, let's set our intention. It's like, what is that one thing we could start making a shift in how we look after our body in terms of what we apply, even down to our face cream, down to our toner. What is one thing that you think you could start shifting that is getting our momentum? As I said, it took me 2 years to go through my cupboard.
Yeah, it's spring break for me, and that's when you asked us what we wanted to focus on, and mine was physical environment. So yeah, so I'm going to be going through everything and reading the labels and, all right, what exactly am I using and what is it?
Yeah.
As far as I don't use a body wash. I've just never have really. I'll use Ivory soap, which is supposed to be, free of a lot of that stuff. It's pretty much the only soap that I'll use. But I do use something else for my face. So I'll take a look at the ingredients on that one, as well as all the cleaning stuff. And when you said Thieves, you're talking about, is it Seven Thieves, or is it the Thieves brand that's all natural?
It's the Thieves from Young Living. The oils and stuff that I buy comes from Young Living, and they provide a complete set and a collage of cleaning products, because I haven't got time to do my bicarbonate of soda with lemon and stuff. But Thieves washes everything, does everything.
Yeah, I believe I've heard of them before. And some of the things that I have used previously, you have to be on a subscription, and I don't use stuff fast enough to.
Yeah, but you don't
You
have to buy. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
That's good, because I like. There's one. I have a subscription right now that I emailed the representative 2 months ago. I'm like, please cancel this, because that's the only, you can't cancel it online. So I emailed her, and I've gotten 2 more boxes since then. And I'm like, and it's
No,
not that the
you have
products
right
are
to
bad.
cancel
It's
that.
just that I don't use it up fast enough
Yeah.
to, I don't want to stockpile too much.
Yeah, you have a small household.
Yeah,
Right.
it's me and Mom, and I just don't go through the stuff that quickly.
Mm,
It's not like I'm Anne-Marie with 7 kids.
mm. Yeah, Skin Safe. Or there's an app that you can virtually take a photo of the ingredients, and they can tell you what kind of chemical that you use. Because seriously, like this day and age, we sometimes in the past we used to like to call people the new age, tree huggers. But the awakening is,
There's nothing wrong with hugging trees. I don't understand the problem.
well, it's a
That's part of
joke, I know.
grounding.
Yeah. Yeah. But the fact is, my question is about, with our technology, how advanced we are already, why aren't we have the cure for cancer? Let's still
Well,
go
we
back.
do. We have the cure for cancer. It's just not told us because the chemical conglomerates, they don't want us to know. In my family, on my side, my mum and dad do not have this. On my husband's side, they have that thing is active. That cancerous thing is active. My daughter's got that, but I don't think she would have had that if she had had the care. If it had been found out, if I'd met Catherine 6 years ago, I could have helped. It was long gone before I could start doing stuff. But that's festering, and now I have a greater understanding that not only just the stuff that's from the outside that comes in, it's from the inside, that when you're not dealing with shit, that it starts to grow. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Katrina, you've been on this journey for a while. What
Yeah.
one more?
I already do this because obviously with my background as a naturopath, I'm very cautious on ingredients. So I use products that have all natural ingredients, don't have the nasties. The only exception is toothpaste. And that's because I've tried so many of the other toothpastes and they just don't work for me. So I do go back to using, believe it or not, Colgate. However, I also use Mugu for like tongue cleaning and so on. But yeah, with my teeth, Colgate's the one that I've noticed works best. I do occasionally also use the bicarb one for the gum health too. What I suggest to people when I'm taking them through detox, because we have cupboards full, you open up the cupboards, you've got things. It's too expensive to literally just get rid of everything. So just say, as you replace things, replace them with more environmentally friendly and more gentle products, and go that way with it all. And that way it's a slow process. Even people don't think about this, opening up your, well, they call them Tupperware cupboards, but your storage cupboards where you're looking at all your plastic containers. Yeah, my pet hate. Gradually change them over to glass. Or if you have to use the plastic containers, put a layer, whether it's the greaseproof paper or some paper towel, in the container, and then put the food on top of that. So at least there's a barrier so the food's not absorbing the BPAs in the plastic.
I'm trying. My daughter has this fondness of that shit. And I got rid of most of them, and I've opened my drawer in the last few months, and it's just growing. And I said to her, do you understand how bad this is for you? Even when before all this, I had very little Tupperware. I had, the things that as soon as I started seeing scratches and shit, it was out. My mum gets it down and it's still scratching. She's still using it. So when she's not looking, I was throwing the stuff out. It's like, oh, what happened to this? Oh, here's a glass one. Been doing it for some time. But yeah, absolutely think it's fantastic. At least I'm on the right track, Katrina.
Exactly. That's what I would tell people.
thing because it's expensive to just get rid of everything, but it's just a gradual process. I know it took me about 3 years to switch all my plastics to mainly the glass containers.
Well, Anna, you have to remember our generation or your daughter's generation is everything is convenient.
Yeah, yeah. But really, strangely, you are correct. But she does other things that I go, she's been doing this since she was little. Should be using this because it's bad for you. Should be doing that because it's bad for you. But then she goes on the opposite side and does all the bad shit, And you go, but there's no balance. It's all right. It just takes time.
Well, it's not no balances. Well, I can tell you that you asked me why do I eat KFC, but I don't go and have KFC bucket every day. But there are times that it's like you're driving we drove past, we were on a long distance. When you go to those pit stop, what do you have?
Well, you
KFC.
saw I didn't buy anything, but I
you.
had a piece of chicken and then I ran to the toilet when we got where we were going because I don't eat processed foods. I eat that chicken that we had yesterday. I want to buy again because it was made. It wasn't commercial.
Yeah. It's convenient. And what's the quick fix? I still have those habits because in the middle of the night, 10 o'clock, what could you get? Those convenience store. Okay.
Well,
So it's
dark chocolate and water.
How I could stock my cupboard is another thing. So it's a choice.
Yeah.
It's the balance.
But that's where a lot of the chemical compounds are found.
It does.
In the
convenient
foods.
Those are the processed food, exactly. But I have to say, there are times is our behavior it comes down to. That's why I said, what is the next step? As Katrina said, it takes time. And it took me 3 years. As I need to replace, But it's a long run. What's actually costing us is our health.
Yes. How many doctor's visits versus if I pay for one doctor visit now, I could get rid of half of the Tupperware. I'm serious. I can get rid of half the Tupperware. That's just the way I'm down to I'm ground to the granular.
You're talking about the actual Tupperware, or you're talking about the plastic container?
I've got Tupperware as well. I've had Tupperware for years, but I don't use it.
Yeah. Well, Tupperware, as long as they said they don't have, BPH in that sense. That's why,
Yeah. No, but it's if you look after it. If you look after it. When you've got people stabbing forks into the container, then you've got to get rid of it because you're putting it in the microwave. More chemical stuff. I'm not a what do you call it, a Greenpeace, what do you call it, crazy person, but I do understand that it's important not to put processed stuff, and I've been doing it since I was a teen.
Good.
I'm reluctant to eat McDonald's. Everyone else goes to McDonald's. I go, hey, I'll make myself a sandwich. Oh, hey, I'll go without I'd rather eat food.
Yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah.
So look after our body. We all have a different pathway, but that's one thing. We need to start trying and moving forward. Okay. Talking about looking after our body, like it's not the time that we spend together over the weekend, but it's the things that we've been doing there's a lot of detoxing emotionally and physically as well. So I'll say this week, be kind to ourselves. And I can tell you my body's still feeling like, oh.
Do you feed off our energy? Do you feel our energy? You feed our energy? I'm not. Do you feel our energy yesterday when you took on all our energy? Because it would have come in waves. Do you feel our energy when we do stuff like yesterday?
When I'm doing the singing bowl and all those, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, yes.
I probably could have felt it, but I was too focused on what the bowl was saying to me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it was very powerful. Yeah, I can feel you guys. It was pretty much, there's no music sheet in front of me when I play the bowls, but it's just the knowing where to go and what it led to be, what's the needs. And as I hit the bowl, there's intention going into each of those sounds. That's how I would describe it. Okay. Remember, Anna said, I might not have word about or expression in word about what happened during those things. When I say during those things, like when I play the ball, it's the knowing. It's a guy. No, that's a guy. Katrina probably, if she was watching me, she probably can see so many people around me.
Well,
I was in the meditation in the moment, so I was having my own little bliss moment.
Yeah.
tuning frequencies. That's what I felt. I felt like she was tuning the frequency.
Mm.
Felt like each frequency was actually aligned with a different chakra, because as you were changing the frequencies, I felt the different chakras.
Yeah, and as she was reaching up high, as she's going through it, it went bang, and then that was it. As it was going, it didn't matter which way it was going; it was just going. So
Yeah, definitely, it was one of the most powerful sessions yesterday. The singing ball. Sorry, Christine. It was like.
Yeah, part of it when, like I said, when you were just kind of hitting the balls on the sides, that was nice. That sounded good.
So I'm wondering,
you got the remnants as well with the vibration as well when I hit the ball, and it's just that the going around.
Yeah.
can I ask when Catherine does the editing, do you get to hear the sound bowls clearer on recording? Have you seen the session, Christine, or any sessions with the sound bowl when it's recorded?
No, I haven't tried that.
Yeah. I'm just wondering.
I'm gonna just send you the music file, Christine. Then
Okay. Yeah, I might try playing it back on my desktop because that one has a subwoofer to it. So
well, okay.
I don't use my desktop because I don't have and I've purchased them. I haven't hooked it up yet. I've got a webcam and one of those little ring lights for the lighting to do that, and I just haven't set that up yet. Hopefully I'll get to that this week. We'll see.
Well, that's probably what you need. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, great. So now we let into our Monday morning intention setting. That's probably Christina will help you like, would that be my top priority to set up my computer system? All right, so I shared it in the link already, so you can click on that. If it works for you, if not, then you can go directly into Facebook and in our group, the elite groups, that it would be pretty much the first post that you can click on, share with us your intention. Because I'm mindful for us, it's Monday morning, so Katrina might have to get ready for her clinic today.
I'm actually good because my first client, bless her, she's an elderly lady and she's double booked herself. So she panicked and texted me late last night going, I'm so sorry. And I went, it's okay. Just means I've got a cruisy start to the morning.
Yeah.
Always hitting that enter before I do the rest. I keep forgetting.
It's okay. Cool. What have we got? Beautiful. Wow, those are 3 big jobs for you, Christine. Getting your tax. So what's the tax cycle for America? Like, is it April or May?
Yeah. Yeah, this year it's April 18th.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was using an online service, and I didn't realize that the service was like super fast. As somebody called me like almost right away within a few minutes, and I had started uploading some of the documents, but I'm still missing some. Like one in particular from my private loan, we have they call it a 1098. It's for any mortgage interest that's paid. And I messaged him a while ago and said, hey, I need this for my taxes. He's like, oh yeah, I guess I can do that online, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And so I messaged him again this morning. I'm like, hey, tax time's coming up in a couple of weeks. I need this.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right then. Katrina, this must be the tax season. We're all doing our taxes. No, I'm not. I put everything to my accountant in. Wow. And then plan your garden, plan out your next quarter. Yes, I'm waiting for you to book into the call with me so we can sit down and talk about that. And what has Anna got? Gosh, yes, calling the high achievers. I said 3 intention and she has 4. And I'm sure she's trying to hit the mark as well. Good. But anything I could help you guys with this week that moving forward?
Pick up the phone. I'll pick up the phone. I'll give you a call.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Okay. So just remember this week, be kind to your body. It's a lot of things going through. A
Absolutely.
lot of things going through. Yeah.